Alright guys, welcome to my YouTube channel once again. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from whatever part of the world you're watching from. It's your boy, K. And I believe very well. First of all, thank you very much for the views I had the last video on the weekly analysis. That was awesome. It's a little bit small, but we're progressing, alright. And we still hope to get more views and get this channel far as much as it can go around the globe, around the internet. And that'll be that's the goal, ultimate goal for myself and also for the channel and the community as a whole. So very first thing and foremost, like and subscribe and comment, all right? And comment, guys, comment. Give me updates on what you want me to keep on talking about and teaching you guys. I told you guys, teaching has always been my kind of thing, and everything I engage in, I always try to teach as much as I can. So, guys, like and subscribe so that this channel can go further and go very much far. All right, so today it's same thing like last week. I just started a new thing whereby I would be talking about trades setup and my analysis and what I'm expecting for a certain pair or a certain instrument for the week ahead. And I did that. I started that last week, and we talked about Euro USD. We talked about the USD and the JPY, that's the yen pair, and the dollar pair was kind of like yes, last week was kind of, I don't know why, probably because of the Thanksgiving that US had, but the market was just kind of, I think I had one of my, should I call it my students or my mentee that told me like, the market was kind of like somehow, and I was like, yeah, the market is kind of somehow like, just yen was just the one moving. The dollar pair was just kind of like very skeptical about the movement, whether it wants to go up or it wants to go down. But nevertheless, sometimes the market can be like that. What we just have to do is to take notes that next year, during Thanksgiving again, November, you're going to be much careful. That will be 28th and the 29th of November. That's when the Thanksgiving usually is. So next year, we're going to be aware about the Thanksgiving and know how we're going to follow the market for that week because of the Thanksgiving, because it's bank holiday and also holiday for the Americans too. And for the that would be exactly for the same thing for the USD pairs. So the market was kind of somehow, my analysis was to sell. I sold actually AUD twice. I sold it on the 28th and 29th, which I was not supposed to be showing. I think which I was not supposed to be doing. I think let me show you guys AUD. For those guys that don't know what I look like behind the screen, this is me, right? So yeah, we'll just go down to the 30-minute time frame where I took the trade, and we're gonna see everything there. So yeah, this was a trade. I took two trades anyway. One I took it on the 28th, and the second I took on the 29th of November. So no, we normally know our trade setup is a trend, so we are following the trend. But the market, I was expecting the AUD to be very bearish because the CPI came out for the Australian dollar. It was weak, so I was expecting. I don't just like the market just did its thing at this point because the analysis very we accurate on the analysis. The CPI for the Australian dollar came out on Wednesday. That was on 27th, and it was negative, and that's why we took the trade on on the 28th, expecting the market was going to tank down. The market only to hit us out of stop loss, and for the test for 28th and the 29th. So that's for the 27th and the 29th. So I was because on the 29th, sorry, on the 28th, because 28th I was actually still very confident about AUD heading downward because everything was pointing downwards. But this one I'm just saying is just like a little bit of review of the previous week that I analyzed ahead or I put ahead. So that was it, and the Australian dollar just did its thing, which is just market thing. But we I don't for now. I'm just gonna leave the USD pairs if you ask me, because I'm seeing some decision going on in the market. Because I was expecting that the week we entered, that was when there was going to be a good move, especially for the AUD USD and the USD card. And also took another trade on Friday on USD card, which I went out of break even. I was expecting USD card to be very bullish in the market, and it did go up, but we came back, hit us back at break even. Or didn't hit us back at break even. I kind of like closed the trade at a little bit of profit because of um I didn't like the structure anymore. I didn't like the structure of the market anymore. So this was a trade I took. You can see it's an uptrend. If we go to the 4 hour time frame, you can see clearly there that it's an uptrend market. It's telling it's good to buy when the market is an uptrend and sell when the market is a downtrend. So we can see these higher high, higher lows come here, created these higher highs again, came back, went to an area of supply. You can see this large candle that was formed here. That was one confluence. Second confluence was that it was a Fibonacci zone. All right, so it was a 50 to 61.8 Fibonacci zone. And then the third confluence was that it was in a psychological area, which was the 1.39900. And then if you come down to the 30-minute time frame, which is our entry time frame, you can see that we usually like the trend to change on the entry time frame, and which it did. It did change on the entry time frame. So you can see that the market broke structure. Upon this return is what we got in, and the market dipped down, came back up again, and we closed because we didn't like the way the structure was. Though we still, I just gonna leave USD pairs for now. Like, you get me? So this week that takes me to the next thing about saying that this week we're gonna be talking about yen, because I told you guys about the yen. Let's go to the yen index. Let's go to the yen index. For now, I'll just leave the dollar, all right? Because the dollar made me lose a lot of money, lose money, not a lot of money, lose money last week. So we're just gonna suspend the dollar for now. Yeah, I think why? Because of the indecision that's going on right now, and Friday is going to be NFP. So let's see what happens on Friday. But we're going to be looking out for the yen mostly. All right, the yen. Remember last week we looked at the yen, and I said I'm only going to be trading the yen when this place breaks out. And I drew this line here. I drew this box here because I told you guys, remember that we'll be seeing rejection upon rejection for the yen. So you can see one, two, three, four. For 4 previous weeks, the yen has actually been rejecting a certain level for a reason I don't know why. So we expected that if we can break above whichever side, whether downward or upwards, we don't really care. But whatever side breaks, that's where we are likely going to follow. So if you check out on the daily or on the weekly day, you can see that the market actually now broke structure to the upside. Yeah, this was where I drew the box. It broke structure to the upside. So therefore, it's going to be much more interesting to be buying the yen markets, or like seeing yen strength, that's the Japanese yen strength. So in other words, we'll be selling GBPJPY, EURJPY, and the other JPY counterparts. So that is it for yen pair. So we're going to be focusing today on the yen pair. So you can see the yen baskets. You can see that the trend has changed on the daily time frame from a downtrend to an uptrend. And the weekly, we could see the weekly rejections that were going on. Let me take you guys back there again. You can see the weekly rejections that has been going on the weekly time frame for the past 4 weeks. That's a long time. Rejection, rejection, rejection. Two bullish rejections and a doji, kind of like the doji, and then a also bearish rejection. That shows us the market is likely to head up, and indeed we headed up. I remember last check the video last week. I said it that it's going to head up likely, then it's going to head down, and it did go up. It did go up as I predicted, but it's nothing to really be happy about. It's just part of the market. I've been doing this for like 2 years, and it's kind of like a normal thing for me to always just kind of analyze and know where the market is likely to head to. So we can see that the trend has changed on the daily time frame. I know that the 4 hour time frame is our main trend. So if we go down to the 4 hour time frame, you can also see that the trend is also in a bullish trend. So what does that mean? Mean that we are expecting yen bullishness. So now that's just for the yen basket. So let's head up to the yen counterpart, that is the GBPJPY, EURJPY, and so on and so forth. So let's head out to the EURJPY first of all. You check out the monthly candle have ended actually. That's one thing I need to draw you guys draw to you guys attention. So let's go to the monthly. This is the only time that I told you guys that you see me on the monthly time frame. All right, when the month ends, I usually don't come to the monthly time frame just when the month has ended. Then I'll be there because it makes sense to come the when the month ended. I usually look at it for just the candlestick. So we can see the bearish engulfing candle that's happened here. We don't mind the trend of the monthly. We are not looking at the trend of the monthly. Our trend is mostly starting from the 4 hour, but sometimes also look at the daily. So we can see the engulfing candle that's occurred here, which is very significant for us. Engulfing candles on the monthly time frame are kind of like always powerful. Like they make something most times always give a meaning. All right. So that is one thing, guys. Is it most likely give a meaning? Let's check out the yen basket. What the monthly candle looks like. I've really not looked at it. And yeah, we're gonna head there soon. That's what is kind of like disturbing. So yeah, and also I forgot to tell you guys, I was Nigerian. I'm talking from speaking from Nigeria, and to be precise, Lagos State, Nigeria. So it's the most popular place. So Lagos State, Nigeria, and our time zone is UTC plus one. So we are usually 1 hour ahead of London. So guys, right now network is really disturbing. Okay, yeah, we're up down again. So okay, the candle ended in a not a golfing. Yeah. Usually the what they call as is a tweezer bottom. But we usually don't look at usually don't give a really care about that a lot. So far as our daily candle is still giving, sorry, daily and the 4 hour is giving us a trend. We're following that despite what they are monthly is showing us. I usually just use monthly as a form of conference. So let's head back to the EURJPY. We see that it's an engulfing candle on the bearish form. And for the GBP, you can see there's also an engulfing candle. And I'm not gonna let me check out the card. The card is not engulfing, and the CHF. Oh, CHF is kind of like tweezer top or something like that. But anyway, we can see what happened here previously when we had an engulfing candle here. You can see the market push down. This is on the monthly, but this is going to be really a significant move. You can see the market push down, and now we're having something like that again. So we expect the market to at least push down on the CHFJPY, and also being that the CHF is kind of also weak. So what we're expecting for the yen in summary is strength, yen strength. So we'll be expecting this week to be selling EURJPY and selling GBPJPY and whichever other JPY, whichever pair that JPY is the quote currency, and whichever pair that the JPY is the quote currency, we're expecting to be selling it. But USD JPY, you're going to be seeing some indecision there, so we're going to leave USD JPY because now the dollar is kind of like showing decision. The yen, we're still trying to see the strength of the yen, so it's best to just suspend USD JPY. It's also a JPY pair, but it's best to just suspend it. So mostly we're going to be dealing with Euro JPY, GBP JPY, and CHF JPY. For CAD JPY is also somehow kind of like always following USD JPY. 70% of the time, CAD JPY is always like going same flow with USD JPY. So that is it, guys. And yeah, that's it. So let's just do a little bit of analysis. There's really nothing to really analyze here, but anyway, let's just go ahead with it. So we can see, let's go down to our normal time frame. We start our analysis. We start our analysis on the daily, and we can see the daily time frame is in a downtrend. We can see clearly, even a 4-year-old can notice that it's a downtrend over. So let's go to the 4 hour. And yeah, so 4 hour usually we've seen as a downtrend. What are we now looking for? We're looking for areas of interest. All right. So what usually determines our area of interest is one, our trend lines, psychological areas, just support and resistance. And one of the examples are trend lines and support and resistance. They're called diagonal support and resistance. The traditional support and resistance that we know, that is where market is halting. You know that those zones made by the market is just halting over there. All right, you refuse to bounce on break, it's just holding it. So that is one of the traditional one we know. And then the supply and demand and Fibonacci, those are all just simple support and resistance zones. So we're just gonna draw a good yeah. So network is really disturbing, guys, and I don't know if it's on trading viewers from my own end of network, but let's just have just a little bit of patience and then to be back on. Just a little bit of patience. So anyway, while we're waiting for the network to fresh back, let me just continue saying. So if you check out the news, there's really no news right now on the forex factory example that kind of like shows yen weakness. The only thing news that we should be expecting is the NFP that's coming on Friday that probably can do something crazy to the market. But aside from that, there's really no other news that I'm seeing. And as for the US dollar, is up until the news is out. That's when I would like to likely trade the US dollar pair. Because right now I'm seeing decision. So whatever it is, then we'll know what we'll do with the US dollar. But for now, we'll suspend the US dollar pairs and just be trading yen pairs. Okay, we're back on. Let's go back to the analysis on the yen. Network is back on. So we draw a trend line. You can see that clear, neat. So you see a first trend line there. So you see the first touch of the trend line. and then we can see the second. We'll get rid of this one, it's not relevant anymore. So yeah, that's one. And is there any other kind of strong psychological, sorry, support and resistance? I think this is one here. And yeah, so what are you looking for? We are looking for market to either come back, touch an area of interest, which is the probably, let's say, the trend line, and head down. And you can see that also that the trend line there also matches with a kind of like a, I'll call it a support and a previous support area broken. So the market can come back here, touch it. Let's see if it matches with Fibonacci. So from swing guy, okay, it's not started retracing. So it's actually when you start retracing, then we'll draw a Fibonacci. Let's get rid of this. Yeah. So usually we're looking for market to get here, and then we'll see if we can short the market from that zone, or whichever. Just we just want market to get to an area of interest. It could come, touch the trend line, and still head up, come or and then head up back to this previous resistance area, and then before heading down. But whichever way, we just wanted to reach an area of interest. All right. That's what we're looking for on the 4 hour. We're looking for a trend and then an area of interest. All right. And then it's on the 30 minute that we're now looking for entry once it reaches our area of interest. It's very simple, just simple price action, right? Guys, keep it simple in trading. Keep it simple. Keep it simple in trading. So yeah, that's it. So we can see this nice downtrend. So we're just waiting for a pullback to this area or a pullback to this area. Just and then we just short from there, right? Short from there. But what we're looking for is short, no buys. And then we head over to GBPJPY. I'm in the haze, guys, because I have something important to get done this same night, all right? We usually don't sleep, all right? But it's just part of the grind. There's a lot of things I still have to do and I need to get them accomplished. But if you listen to the video once, twice, you get what I'm saying in this video. It's fine. All right, so on GPP, on GPP JPY, let's start off from the daily time frame and see what we're looking out for the GPP JPY. But definitely, it's going to be sales. We're going to be looking for sales because we see that the market is in a downtrend. So definitely, we are going to be looking for sales. So let's get out to the 4 hour, which is our mostly our main time frame as a day trader. And can we draw any trend line? Is it possible to draw any trend line? Is it? Man, I don't think so. It's going to be too steep. Okay, let's see here. Can we draw from here? Okay, I think we could draw from here. Okay, all right, this is a perfect one. It's a good one. I think I prefer this than that of the EURJPY too. Oh yeah, you can see that. All right, so that's a good, perfect trend line. So if market can get there, we'll see what happens. So let's get out to the 31 hour. First of all, 1 hour is usually my current time frame. I just use it to really look at. If I want to get a wider view of what's going on. 4 hours, just check out the 1 hour. And yeah, so good. So the market can, let's see what we're looking for. If market can draw back here to this area and short. Good, nice one. Neat. Good and easy, right? So if market can get back there, short from that zone. Where we short from the 30 minutes, which is our entry time frame, or the 15 minutes, whichever one. There's usually not a big difference from the 30 and the 15 minutes. It's really not always a big difference. So that is it, guys. That's what we're looking for to short from an area of interest. So that is it, guys. So I'm going to be stopping there for GBPJPY and EURJPY. So guys, in summary, we're looking to sell GBPJPY and sell EURJPY. All right, that's what we're looking forward to do. Remember, the yen basket has broken the structure we discussed about last week. For the dollar, I'm going to leave our hands on the dollar right now. The dollar is kind of indecisive, but later, let's say after the NFP on Friday, we're going to know if we're going to be selling, if we're going to buy or selling dollar. But best believe, actually, the dollar is really strong, so I'm expecting more. I'm expecting. Well, let's see what the news is gonna really hold. I remember that the last previous NFP was kind of like very shitty NFP. That was the most like shitty NFP I've experienced. Nothing happened. Just like I was like, are you sure people are gonna wake right down in the forex market? So that was it, guys. And yeah, I lost money from the US dollar pair because I don't know, just found a decision. But that's bad thing about being a trader. One of the ways you're gonna know what is happening is you have to lose money that you don't know. Okay, indeed, probably right now this pair is really not ready to move or something like that. You cannot probably know it's just there. You just have to first of all put your trade and lose and then reflect on the trade and know okay, I think now trading the dollar pair is not going to be wise. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much for staying up to this moment. I don't really think this is not up to an hour, but over 40 minutes. This is a very quick video. It is just a weekly analysis I do every Sunday just before the market opens. So thank you very much, guys. Like and subscribe. I really much appreciate the views I'm getting and the likes, a little bit of likes. I got few likes, but that's okay. That is okay. It's part of progress, all right? It's part of progress. So thank you very much, guys, and peace out.